overall, a good team performance from the group. Wasn't obviously early goals sometimes can change games. The early penalty made us play a first half that was maybe a little, I thought, tentative in terms of our pressure to the ball. Something that if we don't have, we're not a strong team. And I thought that the first half we allowed New England too much time and space in our home building. We talked about it at halftime. About closing guys in terms of coming out of that jog. It was almost like we were just kind of jogging side to side, protecting a 1-goal lead, which is a dangerous ask in this league. I thought that the second half, we talked about starting the first 15 minutes and getting a second goal. The guys responded in a big way in that regard. I thought Derek Jones picked up his intensity, and that changed our group. You could go through each guy. Giuliano and Oldham had a great game. Gooch had one of his best games. So overall, I could go through each guy. The energy, the fitness that they showed, I think, was the difference. I think we wore New England down. And again, it's a credit to our sports performance department, the work that these guys do in the two-a-days. I think that pushed them on. And again, you can talk about the heat, you can talk about different things, but we still had guys full sprinting at the end of the 90 minutes, still pressuring in a 3-0 game. So overall, happy with the performance. There's still a lot of things we can clean up and work on, but clean sheets are starting to add up now. Andre's doing a great job. The team defending has been impressive. And now we're at the midway point, but we get no rest because we have to turn around and play a good Kansas City team on Thursday.
We'll start with Mark at the front row.
Jim, the fact that you had to go 120 minutes in a pretty exhausting game the other night, how about the fact that you're able to rebound like this off of that?
Yeah, I wasn't worried about the guys physically. I think the emotional letdown of 120 minutes against a rival to lose in PKs the way we did after we created 27 shots. That was the hard part. The emotional letdown was what was dangerous. But having said that, there was only 4 guys in the squad that did the full 120. So I think it shows the depth of our team, the ability of guys to play great in some of the moments in the Red Bull game, and then also now to turn it around. And we're a real team in that regard. Everybody's stepping up. We have real competition at every spot, and that's good problems for coaches to have. Again, it's a good win, but there's still little things that we can fine-tune. I think it's a night where if we get a couple more plays right, it could have even been more goals. So again, I'm going to be greedy again as a staff. Ernie, same way. We want more from the group. We're happy with the performance today and a 3-0 win, but there's still little things that we can do better.
Good job, Tanner, front row, right?
How's the Rishi?
How is he?
Yeah.
That was So, well, I couldn't see it. You guys could probably answer. Did he get kicked? Was that kicked straight away with the foot, or was it off the ball?
He kicked the ball in his
face. Yeah. The sound of it sounded like an NFL hit in the stadium where everybody kind of oohs and ahs and goes silent. So it was concerning. I think he's a big guy first and foremost, and he's probably been hit in the face before, but that must have hurt, and he got up from it. And again, he performed in terms of not letting guys turn and being tight up their back. I thought that was his best game. Passed well, also drew fouls when he had to, but overall, I thought Gooch had a really good game, and it was a scary moment because that was a real big impact when him and Kai got together there.
Go ahead, John.
Talk about Giuliano and Oldham. Just expand a little bit. You talked a week ago about how he's taken hold of the starting spot. He seems to really see something. Yeah,
he's a great player. Listen, it's frustrating for him when he has to go and play the valuable minutes in Bethlehem, but those are valuable minutes that he got, and now he's done a great job in consecutive league performances now. So a kid that gives you composure on the ball, the amount of balls that whether it's simple little plays like heading the ball back to Andre to let us breathe, taking balls off his chest and connecting a pass in the midfield. Talked about getting forward a little more. He did that in the second half. He really pushed. And again, a lot of the 1v1 duels, he came out on the right end of tonight. He really did a great job tonight for us, as did the whole back line. But a real solid game from Giuliano. Happy with that, and happy with his mentality to continue to push each and every day in training. And now he's gotten his opportunities, done really well with it.
Go Peter on the floor here, to the right.
Coach Ilsinho, a lot of good passes in the game tonight, a nicely taken goal.
Yeah.
How would you rate his performance tonight?
Great goal. I thought the first 25 minutes he started to, we're trying to get him to turn more because when his first step is so quick and explosive, he can get away from people. We're trying to get him to turn over and over and over. Part of it is it's 100 degrees, so again, it's tough for me. It's easy for me as a coach to sit there and say turn and run at him, but there is over and over. It can get, I'm sure, tiring for him. But there was a moment from 25 to 45 in the second half where he kind of faded out of the game a little bit. But then the second half really turned it on, not because he scored, but his defensive pressure in that second half was great. And again, a decent night for him. Should have scored another goal, to be honest, but off of
the assists and the stat sheet stuff to have success from whoever's playing the number 10?
in a word, yeah. The position of the number 10 has always been one that has to add up to goals and assists. You don't think too much about just defense at that spot, but we do ask a lot of our number 10 to defend. Listen, I had a tough conversation with Roland yesterday. It was healthy. It was back and forth, and he was pissed, as he should have been at me because he did play his best game in the Philadelphia Union uniform, 120 minutes though, and I thought that this would give us the best chance to win. I will say he showed me with his first touch of the game was a pretty good one. But this is healthy, I think, healthy conversations to have with guys. If they aren't mad at me for not being in our 11, then we have a real problem. So whether it's Keegan, whether it's Giuliano, and Fabi, and now Alberg or Osinio, these are great problems. Competition brings the best out of pro athletes. But yeah, to answer your question, the 10 is important to get goals and assists, and Roland certainly is a guy who gets goals, no question about that, and gets assists. And Osinio now has a good game as well. So again, maybe it's partly he feels a little bit he sees the performance too. They're not stupid, right? They're smart players. They're aware of what's going on around them, and it's a good problem to have because when both of them are playing like that, you can see that they're kind of unstoppable. To score the goal that Roland did off of how quickly he releases that shot is world class. So again, special performance from both of them. But in short, yeah, you do need production out of that spot, that number 10.
We'll wrap it up with Ryan here on the floor.
I was just going to go with Albert. Do you see him playing a bigger role on Thursday because of minutes?
We still have to, we've already seen now Kansas City has I believe Espinoza suspended. They have different guys with the national team, as do we. So we'll have to pick the best lineup we can. 2 games, I'd be an idiot not to take notice. So it's impressive what he's doing. Again, he backed up a 120-minute performance with scoring a 35-yard goal with his first touch of the game. So yeah, I think he's made a good impression with the staff and with everybody. So again, he's a pro and he's stepped up in a big spot, and that's what we need. We need our guys to have confidence. You can see now when we're a confident team, we're a lot to deal with. Again, we're not perfect and we're not going to win the rest of our games, but at the midway point now, we put ourselves in the spot with a couple games in hand on a lot of teams, and we have to take care of business with our opportunities now with those games in hand.
Thank you, Jim.